Hello, welcome back. Long time no see / chat. I went on a trip to Italy over August, and before I left, I filmed a little pack with me. Let's figure out what I'm gonna bring, because I find packing stressful overall, and packing skincare and makeup, there's so many little things, and like if I forget one, am I gonna break out? And I never got around to posting it because it was a little rough and I didn't have time to finish editing it. But what I thought would be fun would be to compare what I actually ended up using versus what I planned on packing with me. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I also picked up a few things from Kiko Milano while I was over there because that's a brand that I've been very excited about. So we'll talk about that at the end. I have been putting off filming this little recap / getting back into filming for a bit, just because I've been very rusty and out of the loop, so I don't know how to like really get back into the groove of this. I expect this video will be rambly, but let's start with doing a little rewind and I'll show you what my thought process was before I went on my little journey. Let's start over here, and these are things on top of this little tote that I know for sure I want to bring, and my daily foundation is going to be the Kogan Dough. It is a good shade match and I absolutely love this formula. It's pretty foolproof though. Whenever I travel, my skin gets really finicky, so I kind of want something just as like tried and true. Probably won't irritate my skin, will probably be able to mask anything that's going wrong. Similarly, the Oma Beauty Stay Woke Concealer. Love this. I think it's like solid medium buildable coverage, super skin like, looks great under my eyes, pretty good for covering blemishes, is a good color match, just a daily staple that I don't really have to think about. I'm bringing a beauty blender along and I'm using this one from Miss AOA. Usually I like their pink one, but this one's like kind of fuzzy, and I like that because it's really good at picking up powder and it's really nice for blending out blushes, and I don't want to pack too many brushes. Instead, this can kind of function as a brush in a way. For brows, I'm bringing my e.l.f. Wow Brow, really easy, hard to mess up product. I'm bringing this Florasis eyeliner. This has been my favorite liquid liner lately. I can pretty reliably make a good wing. Have to bring my eyelash curler. I feel like mascara is one of those things that makes a big difference in how I look. Brows, concealer, mascara, super important for me. So I'm bringing this Curl Fix mascara that I have been using for a long time. It's getting pretty dried up. This is not my favorite mascara, but it pretty reliably holds a curl. So gonna go with this one. It's getting kind of dry. And then as a backup, just in case, I'm bringing this little travel one of this is like the Heroin Make super waterproof in brown, and I just happened to get like a little mini of these, this with one of my Yes Style orders once, and so like I'm bringing this in case I lose this or drop it or something. I don't know. I don't do much makeup when I am traveling, so I was thinking of just bringing this single shadow in the Scattered Light in Smoke. I think this one is super pretty, super easy to throw on. It's like, again, very hard to mess up. It's a little sheer. I love the way it glimmers, and every time I wear this I feel like it's super flattering and super pretty. I was thinking of just bringing this as my one eyeshadow product, but then I looked at all the other things I was bringing and I realized I needed something in a compact with a mirror. So I'm bringing my Rowan 1111 quad. I think this one is awesome to travel with. First off, it's really sleek and slim and doesn't take up too much space. And then the shadows inside, I didn't really want to bother with brushes, and these are perfect for kind of like finger painting with. I think a lot of these colors are, they work really nice with my skin. I really only want to bring like one blush / bronzer, and these are both colors that work for that. Okay, actually I think I'm gonna bring the Cloud Paint in Dusk, just because this formula is a little bit easier than this one to put on with just my fingers. So like if I'm too lazy to wash my blender or something, I can just slap it on with my fingers. Okay, and then finally, my hard part that I'm struggling with the most is what lips I want to bring, and I only want to bring like 2 to 3 tops. Okay team, I decided I'm just gonna bring these two. I know, pretty crazy, pretty cutthroat, but here's the thing. I think I'm going to be tempted into buying stuff while I'm out. So I really want to keep things like pretty minimal, want to leave room in my bag for, you know, potential loves. So this one in Pomelo Skin, love this one. Like I said, I think I'm going to keep this in my bag. It is quite subtle though, so I'm going to bring the Bobbi Brown in Cranberry for if I want something bold. And again, this works really pretty as a blush. Here is Pomelo Skin, here's Cranberry. Here are the two layered together, which I think is also, you know, quite a pretty look. And here we are with all the things that I'm going to bringing. Honestly, this is like a good amount. As you can see, this bag is going to be pretty full. I wish I could cut things down more, but honestly, I think I've kept it pretty sleek and simple. Some updates: I am also going to bringing this Marc Jacobs eyeliner in Earthquake, and this is a twist-up one, so I won't have to sharpen it at all. And then I'm also going to be bringing this little brush because I am not capable of doing a nice sleek wing just from a pencil. So that'll be to help me out. This is also small and really easy to wash, so that's convenient. And then I'm going to be bringing this brush as well, just in case I ever need it. I don't know. This one I think is really versatile because one, it's pretty small, but it's like fluffy, soft, and a little bit dense, so it's great for honestly applying anything I would need. I could apply my foundation with it, blush, powder, whatever. Okay, so these are the only things that I actually ended up using, which is very, very few. There were maybe 2 days, dinners, evenings where I put on a little bit more makeup, but yeah, I feel like I did a good job of not packing too much, and I'm impressed that I could have pared it down even further. The only things that were really priorities were complexion. The Kogan Dough was definitely a super pick. My skin wasn't too horrible, but I went through phases of breaking out a little, flaking a little, and it wore beautifully over all of that. But I was surprised that I didn't end up using my beauty blender like at all. Most days I just slap this on with my finger, and if you've been following, you know I don't really like applying things with my finger, but it's just so fast and easy. Just wash my hands in between. Most days I actually forgot to use my Hydro Grip primer, and I forgot to use my setting spray, probably because, I don't know, I guess like I'm just okay with my makeup fading off. If I have a long day, I just don't really expect it to be all the way there. Yeah, I very, very rarely use this powder that I brought, but on the few occasions that I did want to tamper down the shine, it was nice to have it, so that was worthwhile. I was really glad. I think that the Glossier in Dusk, another super good pick. I was waffling between this and a different stick blush, and being able to like finger paint with this was definitely the play. I mostly just kind of slapped with my fingers real quick in the mornings. Most days I put on brow gel and mascara every day. I already decluttered my Curl Fix mascara, but nevertheless, I never had to break into my secondary mascara, but I'm not mad that I brought it. It's so small. Foundation, blush, brow gel, mascara, and then I had this in my bag most days. Honestly, I could have gone for a deeper color, I think, or something a little bit more in between. I love the Pomelo Skin, but it is just so much of like a subtle tint, and then while I'm out and about, it kind of felt like there was no point. So I kind of wish I brought a different color that was a little bit deeper, a little bit more oomph, nothing like crazy. The Bobbi Brown Cranberry I really liked having because, again, it was my only option that was a little bit more bold. This was a really nice color that was sheerable or boldable, depending on like, oh, if I really wanted to do myself up that one day, which was a great option because I didn't find myself like fussing around with intricate eye makeup or anything. So if I did ever want to just like spice up my look a little bit more, I could just wear a bit more of a bolder cranberry lip. I didn't end up really using it as a blush very much. I think maybe just once. Dusk was fine enough for me to add dimension to my face. But yeah, it was kind of nice just to like not have many options to think about. That being said, I loved having my Rowan 1111 quad. It was just, again, fits the whole finger painting vibe. Super easy to just like dip dap in whatever and make a little bit of a messy look, and that looks really pretty. Some days I didn't use it at all, but I did need the mirror, that's for sure. But yeah, I just love how user friendly this is for those days where I just want to be like really quick. And while this does crease on me, I do feel like that creasy, messy, quickly put together vibe like fits just fine. So by the end of the day, the pigment is still there, the look is still kind of there, along with like my kind of shiny face, but it all kind of makes sense, you know? In any case, this was a nice bit to reflect on. I had been practicing getting better at my liquid eyeliner so I could have like cute winged eyeliner looks while I was out, but still, alas, too much effort. Yeah, I pretty much never bothered with eyeliner, not even the pencil eyeliner. It is what it is. And then I don't know, the Smoke Hourglass is like one of my favorites, but between the two I didn't necessarily need them both. It was nice to have around, but I reached for this very, very little because the look that it creates is like kind of subtle, kind of translucent, and I felt like my options were either no makeup, which is just like foundation, blush, brows, mascara, or a little bit more. At which point I would like tap into some of the colorful ones or this deeper one in my Roan Quad, if that makes sense. But moving on to some of the fun things I found. So I really like Kiko Milano as a brand, and I have been meaning to make an order from them for forever. I've just been putting it off, but I have been a longtime lover of their stick eyeshadows, their long-lasting eyeshadow sticks. I have a few colors, I think 5 and 38, that I love for smudging under the eyes. They're also great on the eyelids. So I want to pick up another color. This is the shade 06, and it's a very pretty bronzy color. These are an awesome dupe for the Laura Mercier caviar sticks, and these come in like a really pretty range of colors. They're also like, oh man, I bought like, let's see, I bought 6 items and it all came to like 40 bucks, 40 euros. So yeah, pretty affordable. These were only like $6. Great. Such good quality for drugstore pricing. And that's kind of like the overall theme of Kiko Milano. I bought this cream shadow, which, you know, this is a really pretty taupey color, but it's so exciting because this is super up my alley, and it's basically like if these two, the Charlotte Tilbury and Oyster Pearl and the Scattered Light and Smoke, had a little baby. The Charlotte Tilbury one is moussier and a hint fluffier and warmer for sure than the Kiko Milano. The Kiko Milano texture is a hint more liquidy, but still quite fluffy and easy to spread around, and it has more sparkle than the Oyster Pearl. The Oyster Pearl one basically has no sparkle, but if I layer like the Smoke and the Oyster Pearl together, the effect is like similar in terms of texture as this new Kiko Milano shadow. So I'm excited. It's very much in my vein of like preferences towards single shadows, so I'm excited to see how much use I get out of it. And also, this formula is much longer lasting. The Hourglass one I never really have problems with because it's essentially like a powder pigment pressed all together, but the Oyster Pearl definitely does crease on me, and I don't really think I'm someone who has particularly oily eyelids. I've definitely heard many reviews of the Charlotte Tilbury formula creasing, whereas this one is one where the Kiko Milano one that is, it like spreads nicely, but then when it dries down, oof, it really sticks in place. Like you can't really budge it after. So that's cool. I'm excited to see how much use I get out of that. Another thing that I noticed that was interesting was, I'll put up a little picture. I didn't buy it because I didn't love the colorway, but there was a little eyeshadow palette that was the exact same packaging as this component, the mini eyeshadow palette from the Pat McGrath. And I kind of had a few little suspicions tinkering my head because I know that some Pat McGrath makeup is produced in Italy, and that kind of had my brain going. And then I ran into this blush here that was on display, this Blossoming Beauty blush, and it came beautifully packaged with like little tissue paper wrapping, a nice sticker. And well, first of all, this color also very much up my alley, but hello, kind of similar, the vibes we got going on here, right? And then I know that Pat McGrath just came out with the blushes that have like basically the same layout as this, where there's one formula on the flower and then a slightly different color slash formulation on the like smooth part next to it, and I just thought that was super interesting. Anyways, I'm super impressed by Kiko. Anyways, this color is super pretty. I'm wearing it today. It looks really browny, but it pulls much more like rosy on my skin than I would expect. It's like brown with like a huge undertone of rose that comes out. I don't know how to explain it, but it's actually like a bit bolder than I expected. And long story short with all of these is they have a range of things. There are some packagings that are like kind of dinkier feeling, but a lot of their products and formulations, both from packaging to the actual like how it applies and feels, feel very, very luxe and high-end and comparable to like high-end products that I've seen. Like these are the exact same components, right? But Kiko Milano is consistently very, very long lasting in the few products that I've tried. Oh, I also bought this eyeliner, dual-ended eyeliner that I love and I've been reaching for like so often. These colors are perfect for me. This is the 01 combo, but on one side there's this like nice taupey, super neutral, arguably a little bit cool brown on this side, that I think is just so lovely for making like a subtle but really easy to work with eyeliner, like little wing if you want, or just smudge it all over. For me, if I put something too dark on my lower lash line, it like looks really harsh and ages me. But this color is like just right in that it's not too deep where I can still put on my lower lash line and it looks great. And then this is such a fun, again, like taupey, shimmery, metallic. Because it's in this eyeliner form, I can get it like right on my lash lines, and that's so fun. Or I can smear it all over, and it's just so compact, easy to pack, but also just like it's like an eye look in one for days where I don't really want to like bust out eyeshadow or anything. I can create like some dimension and some sparkle just in this, and I love it. But again, this is one of those formulations where like when it dries down, it's not going anywhere, and the same can be said for all of their eyeshadows that I've been working with. This blush, again, bolder and much more long lasting than a few other blushes I've tried. And then I have a few lip things, but they're all like very not very colorful, so I can't really speak to those. But yeah, that's really all I have. A few things I wanted to share. I have to go back and reassess and round up like ideas for videos that I have to work on. So let me know if you have any suggestions, any exciting product launches that you would like me to tune into. I've kind of been a little out of the loop, so trying to get back into it. And thank you so much for watching, as always.